Hey, it's your good friend James Knight here. We are live. This is the James Knight Show. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about email marketing and how are these people making sometimes two, three, $400 a day. And I've been looking around. I'm trying to find a good email expert, somebody that's making money quickly. But what I also was looking for is something where that it's sustainable job quitting income. Second thing is something that maybe can take less than 2, 3 hours a day. So I found somebody that's doing this where that he's made $490.68 in one day with less than 20 minutes of work. Would you like to learn how you did? I mean, if you're anybody like me, when I first started off, I was struggling. I didn't understand it. For example, I didn't understand the list. People would say, oh, you should be trying to build a list. I'm like, what do I need a list for? I mean, I just want to make money every day if I can. But of course, this is how it is. The bigger your list, the bigger your money. The lower your list, the lower your money. So today we're going to welcome the famous Henry Gold. So welcome to the show, Henry.
Thank you so much, James, for having me here. Thank you, everybody, for watching this here.
So Henry, I'm going to go straight to it. You make quite a bit of money every day almost, and it's pretty much, and whenever you decide to. If you want to make money a day, you shoot out an email and you know how to build a list. You do this relatively, how long does it take you to do this?
If I can tell you, it's about 10 to 17 minutes maximum. But I try to mention to people it's going to be about 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours. But it's usually about 17 minutes or less.
Yeah, because you do it on a regular basis, so you have your system already set. So you're making maybe sometimes $200, $300, $400, $500 a day, right? When you mail out.
Yes.
So Henry, I'm going to come off just as basically if I was first starting. So people are going to have a pen and a paper and start taking notes because really we're going to bring out a lot of golden nuggets. So number one, say that I just bought a computer, okay, and I just put it together and I uploaded everything, and now I'm on JVZoo, I'm on everything, and I'm on ClickBank and CPA. What would you suggest that I would do first?
Focus on relationship building.
Really? Relationship building. Now tell me why and how I would do that.
Well, build a list, send an email. That's all you have to do. 2 simple steps: build a list and send an email. And when you send an email, it has to focus on relationship building. That is the only key. Now, once you do that every single day, it just becomes easy. You just have to write an email and click the broadcast button and just wait for the sales to come in.
Really?
As simple as that.
That's that simple. So now say, for example, when I'm writing an email, what kind of subject line would I write? Actually, because you get maybe 200 emails inside your box like I do. Okay, and I see, okay, this guy, then maybe I see a Henry Gold, which is very interesting headlines. What makes you stand out from everybody else?
Again, it has nothing to do with the email itself.
Really?
It has to do with the relationship building from the start. So if I receive an email from James Knight, by all means, I don't see the headline. I see that James Knight sent me an email. I'm going to open it.
Okay.
That's really the key.
How do we build those relationships now? I mean, because do we mail for products every day, or we give something for free once in a while, or what do you suggest?
My suggestion is just as simple as build a list and send out an email. And when you send out an email, it could be just as simple as an offer. But inside that email itself, of course, you got to have a system step by step, which is the email templates that most likely people already saw when they get this product itself in the email cash machine 2.0. So in the email cash machine 2.0, you're going to see the email templates. The email template is pretty much like do this, and done. Boom.
Oh,
that's
so
all it takes.
You have a system which that you have, we'll talk about later on, that you do every time. So within about 20 minutes or so doing your system, it should equal this amount of money if it's a good offer. Am I right?
Yes. Again, James, I'm embarrassed to say, but it doesn't take me 20 minutes. It doesn't take me 20 minutes at all. And all I did was I wrote that email. Sometimes it only takes me 5 minutes. because the way I build it is just so easy. With the email itself, in only 3 steps inside the emails. That's all it takes. Now, once they understand this 3-step process itself, which is on the email templates inside the email cache machine, all you get to do is just write down and then send it out, broadcast, and then close on the computer. That's all they have to do. It's not as hard as what people think.
Amazing. So really, you can do this. You can really do this on your lunch break and literally make possibly a couple $100 every day.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I would rather spend time with my family. I would rather spend time going out. In fact, I mean, this coming the next week, I'm going to go to Atlanta, and then the following week, I'm going to go to New York, and then after that, I'm going to go to Orlando. I'm going to be like spending more time with my wife, and so on and so on. Of course, I don't have that much time to write emails. So the only thing that I do is I created a system that is only 3-step process. Now, a lot of people don't understand this. It is as simple as that. But of course, they're going to try to complicate things, especially for people that do not know how it works. But this is not just based on the concept that it was being created last week, but this is concept that I've been doing for more than decades. So, and it has been working a decade ago, and it's still been working right now.
So 10 years ago, the system still works to this day. So it's evergreen, right?
Exactly.
I was going to have a question. How many days a week do you email? Some people say they mail every other day. Some people once a week. Some people 6 days or 5 days a week. What is your system, or what do you recommend?
Depends on you. If I see good offer and I just have 10 minutes of the time and I use the templates, type it up, and I mail it out. That's all I do. Okay. If I don't have the time, I don't have 10 minutes a day, what I do is, I don't mail out. It's as simple as that.
That's amazing.
But every time I email, I know the opening rate is going to be that huge, because the email itself, the template that I've given to the audience, are going to take care of everything else, relationship, everything else. So to make them feel that Henry loves them. That's what it is.
So if you find maybe an offer, maybe a good offer, maybe once or twice or 3 times a week, that's all you're going to mail. And if you don't find anything good, you just skip it to next week, right?
Yes. And sometimes, if I have nothing else to say, I don't say anything for a week at all.
I find
it's as simple as that.
That's huge, really. And can anybody do this? I mean, say, for example, a 15 or 16-year-old kid, because a lot of people, what's happening, and I get this question many times in my 20,000 Facebook group, and what they're telling me is that they're looking for something for their wife to do, or possibly for their 17, 16-year-old kid to do. And they're saying, you know what, can this be used for them to make some part-time money, or even $100 a day?
You know the person named Reed Florin, right?
Yes.
And I had this conversation with him. And after I helped him last time to build a mailing list, he retired. He retired immediately. He was semi-retired from 21 all the way to 29 years old, because for 8 years, all he did was, he said, I don't have the time. I just want to spend more time. I want to have more life. So all he did was just write down an email for 3 days, and then that's it. Take him 1 hour, and then he just turn off his laptop, and then he check his phone, PayPal notification, payment. That's all he did. I mean, if you say anybody can do it, I believe somebody who is 13 years old can do it too, because I've worked with somebody who is 13 years old. Right now he's only 16. He can do it all day long.
Definitely.
And he's the person at 16 years old, he's still going to school. He's still like, going to school, high school, afraid that his mom going to give him time off and this kind of stuff. But right now, some of the kids that I know recently, what he did was like, Mom, I don't need you to buy me an iPhone. I can buy it myself because I make this much money. So
Definitely.
Anybody can do this.
Well, see, what Henry's saying is right, because this is why I wanted everybody to understand that I know 16-year-olds, and I know Henry knows it too, 17-year-olds, and they're getting close to, this is crazy. They've already passed $100,000 already. I mean, they're closing in on seven figures. A few people are 16, 17 years old, and they only started really less than about a year ago. I mean, you know these people, right, Henry?
Yes.
I mean, I don't want
And
to name their names. And there's people that are doing this all around the world. This 16, 17, they don't even live in the States. I know one that lives in Israel. I know one that lives in New Jersey. I'm talking about there's tons of people that are doing this, and they're not even 18 years old yet. And folks, you have to understand that I know Henry personally. We're really good friends. And I know that he's doing really well, and what he's teaching really works. So what you have to understand is that the only way that you're going to make this work for yourself after you jump on this, really, because the link is right on the bottom, jump over this with a bunch of bonuses and all that. But I'm going to try to say is that you just got to go through it. How long does it take for them to go through the course and the product, Henry?
About 8 minutes each, if they want to. I mean, you can do it in the lazy way. I mean, for me, I love traveling. I love to meet people. We went to San Diego last time. We went to Atlanta the next month, and then now I'm going to go to New York and then Orlando and so on, because I love traveling. Because I want to spend more time with my family. You know, family is important to me. So of course, what I really want to do is I want to make sure every single day I'm going to have the cash flow coming in all the time. So what I do is I automate the process and then write this email, which take less than 5 minutes sometimes. And I don't want to say that to the public for sure. Usually I tell them like, oh, it's going to take me a couple of hours, 3 hours, you know. That's what I always tell them. But in reality, it's only take me less than 5 minutes. For newbie, probably going to take them less than 10 minutes to do it. And then queue it up, couple days, and then gone, and then turn off my laptop, and it's done. That's all it takes. Definitely. Because the system that I've done is something that I've been using for like more than 10 years now. It's still working nowadays because email marketing is like there are more than 4.5 billion users, email users nowadays, and it's just going to keep growing all the time. Everybody's still using email, even though they say like Facebook is the future, but everybody's still using emails.
Perfect. So Henry, when they get the whole enchilada, I'm talking about everything that's involved. What will they be getting?
Well, they'll be getting information about relationship building, all these details, and so on. Plus, they're going to get the templates. They're also going to get a Q&A. They can ask questions like, hey, I have this question, that question, and so on. Then we answer that for them to make them know exactly what it takes. It's that simple. All right. I don't want people to work hard because I've already worked hard for them to discover these exact same secrets. Now, once I find it out, I just pretty much put it on autopilot, just pretty much queue it, done, queue it, done, queue it, done. And then it's as simple as that.
And then Henry, I was gonna, because I know your story, you weren't always making like, 400, 500, or even 5 figures, a lot of money every month or anything. What was your background?
My background, I was working in the 7-Eleven convenience store. Yeah, just like you know it. I was working from 11 p.m. until 7 a.m. in the morning, which is night shift. And then I was sleeping on the couch, not even a room. I didn't have a bedroom because I was that poor. Okay, I was like working, making $8 or $7 an hour. That's my background. All right. But once I discovered this same method that I share with people on the email cash machine 2.0, it was pretty much no-brainer for me. It was life-changing. I mean, even James, you can say an extra $100 a month can literally pay off your car loan, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, an extra $500 per month can literally pay off a lot of stuff, like probably some of your mortgage payment, or maybe your credit card bill, and that's what it is. But for me, I don't want to work. I don't want to work too much. I just want to work like 10, 15 minutes a day. That's what it is.
Definitely. Folks, all I have to tell you is that this definitely works because I do the system myself. I've been doing this, I've been, both of us have been in the internet business since maybe 1998, really. And I'll tell you, this does work. You have to learn emailing. Emailing is not that hard. It takes maybe about 15, 20 minutes at the most, really. And like Henry's saying, that's if you really, really take your time and maybe drinking some water and drink your coffee and running to the refrigerator for a sandwich at the same time. Really, it doesn't take you time. But you have to really learn about the relationship building, like Henry's saying, because if you're anybody like me, internet can get real hard and real just, all this foggy and all this craziness. You got to stay focused, like Henry said.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how to build the list like Henry told you. Learn how to build relationships and learn about email marketing. And if you keep focused on this, 1 month, 6 months, you can possibly quit your job. You can do this possibly full time, really. I'm telling you, really, there's a lot of people that are making, I know people, they're making $1,500 a day doing this repeatedly over and over and over. And one of my friends, his name's Todd. He's doing this. And I'm telling you, this is very possible for everybody. But first of all, learn how to do it. Get the product. You're going to see a bunch of bonuses right on the bottom. I promise you're going to love it. This has my personal guarantee on it. I give it 2 thumbs up, and I totally endorse this. Thanks a lot, Henry.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.